usually 3 points richer because of it. Kevin, he's definitely making his presence felt here in the first half. He's been very effective so far.
Jackson dishes to Rivers. Screened by Young. Rivers passes to Carroll. Here's Lopez and the powerful one-handed slam.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
Here's Harper. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he's on the money, that's no doubt. Now here's Jackson. 11-point game. Lopez, a screen on DeRozan. Gibson with the steal. And even 3-on-3 break. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And here's the stat sheet on DeMar DeRozan. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. Second in three-point field goal percentage. Third in field goal percentage. And he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute powerhouse offensively.
And back to your point, I mean, a lot of his effectiveness has to do with mental toughness. It's just hard to force him out of his comfort zone.
Now here's Rivers. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Look at Toronto. They've got the #1 record in the conference, and because of it, each night out, their competition is going to bring it right at them. And, of course, Brooklyn, 7.5 games behind.
And for the Raptors, I think they've lived up to their billing this season, that's for sure. It doesn't look like they'll be slowing down anytime soon.
Well, they can't afford to. I mean, this is a time of year when you've got to take your game up a notch. As good as they've been throughout the regular season, they've got to get better going forward.
Anything you can do, try to do better.
Right back with the dunk.
Kyle Lowry with a beautiful setup.
Nets trail by 12. Jackson with it. Lowry picks him up. Jackson kicks to Young. Out to the right wing. To the inside. Lopez. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
What you got?
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Raptors?
Fellas,
Raptors leading by 9. To the paint. Stolen by Anderson.
Bitch.
And there's Game. That's good on the assist by Rivers.
That was all you. That wasn't me.
Rivers has got 4 assists in the game. Last game for the Raptors, they picked up the W against Washington.
And if you look at the numbers, guys, I mean, what jumps out at you is the balance they had offensively.
Very satisfying road win because you're right. There was tremendous balance displayed. I mean, the crowd was basically stunned at how they were able to dismantle that defense. Talk about complete control. Everything working in this one for D. He has 20 points, and he's also got 1 block to add to the mix today.
Yeah, and that's just a small part of what we've seen, but it's been a solid contribution defensively.
To the middle. Ross with the steal. Fast break, Toronto. Here's Harper. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And really, a few more of those, and this game could be over.
Rivers with it. Now Payton defending. That shot wide open. Anderson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
They're absolutely stroking it from outside. I mean, textbook perfect. Good balance, nice high release, splash.
Okay, pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Listen, 84 is a really...
I'll take me out, coach. I don't care. I'm fucking tired.
Raptors leading by 9. Now the pass to D. Payton against Rivers. D misses the layup.
Usually if he gets to the rim, He's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Gay outside. And the foul called on Freak. That's foul number 2 for him. Anderson dishes to Len. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. 6 to shoot. Pass to Goodwin. Launches a 3. Offensive rebound. And the dunk by Len.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this lead.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark.
Which is a spark they desperately need, Kevin. They've got to ramp up the intensity.
Passes it to D. Ross in the corner. Payton outside. Down low. Here's D. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. 23 points for Freak.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Feeds to Anderson. 1:33 left in the first half of basketball. Beyond the arc. Rebound by the Raptors. Plumlee's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game, and that's helped them stake this lead.
Len, a screen. There's the pick. Rivers kicks to Goodwin. No good with the triple.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Plumlee with a screen on Anderson. Pass to Gibbs. Plenty of space. Again, Toronto. 50 seconds left here in the second. Nets trail by 13. Stolen away. Here's D.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Archie Goodwin picks one up.
That's a great job getting to the line here. You know, he didn't have a single attempt in that first quarter because I thought he was tentative. Much more aggressive here in the second.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. 24 seconds left to play in the first half. Now here's Jackson. 6 points for him. And the dunk by Len.
Cutting into the lead with a huge one-hand throwdown.
That's how to get your team back into it.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, guys, that might also put a little spark into those guys.
Payton passes to D. Back to Payton. Ross on the wing. Here's D. From 16 feet away, he cans it. D's got 31.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
And through one. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
Jackson. The star pair of Lowry and DeRozan are the guards. D out there with Taj Gibson. And it's Warren in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Lowry against Jackson. And once more, he gets it. Another bucket from D. D's got 33.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Here's Lopez. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. 15 points for Brook Lopez. Here's D, and he takes the feed in stride and shines it home.
A signature slam right there from the big fella. How many of those have we seen before?
Now here's Goodwin. DeRozan defending. Goodwin dishes to Gay. To the inside. Here's Young, and it's Brooklyn scoring again.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Toronto leading by 15. Lowry passes to D. The dish to Warren. He kicks to Gibson. 5 to shoot, and he gets the bucket. Gibson's got his first points of the game.
That's a nice job of getting the ball in the paint and burying the shot. That's exactly how it's done.
Nets trail by 17. Goodwin kicks to Jackson. Jackson is doubled. He feeds it to Lopez. Goodwin with it. Lopez sets a screen for Goodwin. Back to Lopez. That one wide left.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Find out what Doris Burke has for us.
During that last break, Coach Paul Westphal had some words for his team. He went over the offensive game plan and that it hinges on running through Lopez. Coach reminded them that he is supposed to be the key factor tonight, and he still wants to see that happen. Clearly, some adjustments there had to be made because the time left for a comeback is quickly running out. Kevin, over to you.
All right, Doris, thanks. That free throw good from G.
At the line from your Raptors.
Both free throws good from G. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Lowry against Jackson. Lopez, a screen on Lowry. Jackson dishes to Lopez. And it's blocked. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
D passes to Warren. True on the 14-footer.
I'm waiting for the fire alarm to go off the way they've come out blazing in the second half. That's 5 straight makes.
Knocks it loose. Gibson with the steal. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And the dunk by DeRozan.
And it's all one-way traffic tonight, boy. They have been lights out offensively.
And there's no telling how